minutes that she's talking, or however long it takes, that everybody could please cut the side conversations, because it's really not easy to get up here and talk in front of 200 or 300 people, and it takes a lot of courage. So she's got something to say to everybody, and I'm going to help her get up here.
I'm like the average girl. I like to swim, read, hang out with friends, and play games. Most of all, I love unicorns. They're the best things ever, I swear to God. Okay. I have tons of unicorn items in my bedroom. I have unicorn blankets, unicorn models on my shelves, unicorn onesie, and a unicorn on my wall. I guess I love unicorns so much because they can do anything. They're so powerful, and if they can do anything, so can I. I was diagnosed on June 12, 2016. It was the scariest day of my life. I hadn't felt well that day. I was tired, nauseous, and could barely walk 5 feet. My mom immediately took me to the doctor. The doctor basically did some tests to see if I had mono or something. Once I was cleared of having mono, the doctor suggested that I go to the ER. Once we got to the ER, they put in an IV and did more tests, put me in an ambulance, and took me to OU Children's Hospital. It wasn't very long before I was in a room and being told that I had cancer. I was scared, very scared. But then I realized that I would get through it. The next day, I was getting a port put in and starting on treatment. There was just one small problem once I got my port in. I was coughing a lot. It was hard to breathe. One of my nurses noticed that my cough didn't sound like a normal cough, so I got x-rays, and it turned out that during surgery, they nixed the lining of my lung and it was starting to fill with blood. They put a chest tube in, and I was in the ICU for 3 days. I was finally released from the hospital on July 4th. The next year, I was going into the hospital at least once a week for either chemo, blood transfusions, or because I was sick. These visits were anywhere from several hours to several days, depending on what my treatment was at the time. Because my immune system was always compromised, I didn't get to go hang out with friends or go to the movies. I couldn't even go to school. I went to a Starbucks twice a week to get work from my teachers and give them the work that I had done at home. Once I was finally able to go back to school, I felt like I stuck out like a sore thumb. I was the girl without hair. I had to use the elevator, and I looked like a human marshmallow due to my steroids. But I always had my best friend to make me feel normal again. When I was asked if I wanted to go on the trip with Sunshine Kids, I was excited, because I had heard nurses talk about the trip, saying how amazing it is and what they do for the kids. And after going on one, I completely agreed. That trip was so much fun. I got to meet kids that were going through similar situations. That trip was so special because I felt like the most important kid in the world for a week. We did so many things that were once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. The very first night we got there, every single kid got $100 to spend throughout the week. And when we went to SeaWorld, we got $20 more to spend for a free meal. We got to ride in super expensive sport cars, and the cops blocked off the highway for us to drive on. We also spent an entire day at the Schlitterbahn water park. It was so much fun. We had firefighters to help us walk up the stairs and basically do anything we needed them to do. For the last night, we all played bingo for some amazing prizes, one of which being the iPad Pro that I won. I could go on and on about the trip, telling you everything we did and how awesome it was, but we'd be here all night, so you'll just have to take my word for it. I am so grateful to each and every one of you here tonight for the opportunity to go on this trip. It helped me feel like a kid while going through something that kind of takes your childhood away from you. Treatment is so expensive, and some families can't afford to go on trips and go to SeaWorld or ride in sports cars, and that's why this trip is so special. Kids get to go on a trip that will make them feel like a kid for a week instead of a kid that has to go to the hospital every week.